So this is a Bailey Pegasus Brindisi. I'm just going to take you around the van and show you how it all works. So the front hitching, we do that. We have got a separate video for that I'll send through as well for that. But we will demonstrate this in person while you're here on site. Coming down the side of the caravan, you've got your wind down legs. You would need to put all 4 of the legs down to stabilise the van when you are on site. You never use the legs to lift the caravan off the ground. Coming slightly further back, you've got your water pump and water barrel on the side of the caravan. Your Truma blown air vent on the side of the caravan also. That is for the gas system, so when it is running on gas, it's flue essentially, the same as what you've got on the side of your house. In the locker on the side of the van, you've got your gas regulator up the top here, and your bottle tie downs again, as you'd expect to see on the side of the caravan. Motor mover, we go through in person on the site here, and we demonstrate how that works while you're here with us. On the side of the caravan down the bottom here, you've got your grey waste pipes. That is for your waste water system on board the van, so that will put the waste water into the waste container that goes underneath the van. Toilet system, you put 3.5 litres of water in the flusher tank and a cap full of the pink fluid. Then in the bottom you put 1 litre of water and a cap full of the blue fluid. There is a neck on the top of it, so you can empty the waste out of the cassette itself. You can see just there, that does actually turn and take the grey cap off, and that will allow you to empty it. Back of the caravan, you've got your wind down legs, as you can see again, the same as on the front of the van, and again we do advise that you have all 4 legs down before you go inside of the van, or when you're set up on site, should I say. On the side of the van, you've got your storage locker for underneath the seat, underneath the bed, sorry, at the back of the van. You've got then your mains power lead coming into the side of the caravan that goes into the power supply on site. You've then got your 3-pin plug on the side of the van for the 240 volt that comes out into your awning. Works like a normal plug in the house. And then on the side of the van, you have your storage locker for underneath the seat at the front of the van. Inside of the van, you have your mains control panel. Now at the top you've got your voltmeter for checking the battery on board. This button here doesn't actually do anything at all. You've then got your main power switch, so when I flick this switch the power will come on inside of the caravan, and then as you can see when I press the volt button now it'll actually bring up the voltage on the screen to the side. So you've got your interior lights on this caravan and the awning lights on the outside of the van on that part there, and then you've got your main power switch, as I said in the previous video, and your water pump run. Now to fill the water system, you'd go underneath the seat first at the front of the van, and you would find a yellow valve down the side here. Now that yellow valve is in that position is the fill position. To drain it, you'd lift that valve up. To fill the system, you would come to the taps in the sinks. At the moment this van has got water in it, so I'm not going to be able to fully demonstrate this properly. But you'd open the taps up, as you can see the water's coming through. But if the pump wasn't running, as for instance now you can see it's going to run out of water in a second. But you'd go to the bathroom as well and open the taps up on the sink in the bathroom and the shower in the bathroom also. With the taps open, as you can see now, you'd leave them all open on the hot side, and then you'd come over to the water pump switch on the wall up here. When you hit the switch, the water will start coming out the taps. Now if there was no water in the system at all, that would spit and splatter to start with, and again like I said, you need to have all the taps open at this point so it bleeds the water system out. Once the water is continuously coming out the taps on board the caravan, you can then shut the taps off. That would be here and in the bathroom and shower as well. And you'd leave the water pump on, because once you shut the tap off, it will actually turn off the water pump itself, as it's on a micro switch on the taps. Once you've got water into the system, you can come over to the control panel on this side. And as you can see here at the moment, it's coming up letting me know there's no power supply connected. So first of all, we're going to come to this symbol here. Now in here, you've got the option to run electric 2, electric 1. So 1 is 1000 watts of power coming to the caravan, and 2 is 2000 watts of power coming to the caravan. Now you'd only know how much power supply they've got on the caravan site by asking the question when you get on site. Mix 2 is 2000 watts of power coming to the caravan and a mixture of gas at the same time. Mix 1 is 1000 watts of power and a mixture of gas at the same time. And then you've got gas on its own. So if you're off grid, for instance, you could run the heating and hot water off the gas system on its own. On the end here, you've got the internal temperature of the caravan. So that's the room temperature. So you can select that however you wish. For now, we're going to leave that off. The next one across is the water temperature. So once you've got the water system full and you've shut the taps off, you can then select Eco, Hot or Boost. Now Boost would be for if you're showering on board the caravan, Hot would be for your washing up, etc. Then Eco just for cleaning, just for general cleaning purposes. We do advise if there's no water in the system that you leave it turned off, because if you leave it turned on it could actually burn out the heating, the hot water tank itself. The one on the end here is for your fan system. So you've got vent on here. Then you can select your fan speed going through from 1 to 10. So if we leave that on, the fans will kick in on board the caravan. The hob works off electric and gas. One thing to remember is with the electric ring is that will keep heat in it for a lot longer once you've used it. And the glass top here is would be likely to shatter if you put this hob lid down with the electric ring still on, or if it was still hot. So do always make sure the gas and electric rings are completely cooled down before you close the lid down. Igniter on the front for the gas systems, and your general gas controls across the front for the heat, for the grill and cooker, etc. as you go along, and the hobs as well. The electric ring will only work on 240 volt. Above that you've got the microwave, which is actually an eco microwave. So to get the power supply to come on in the microwave, you'd have to hit the eco button, which for some reason it's not doing. I'll check that in a second. Maybe the power's turned off. You'd hit the eco button so it wakes the microwave back up. In the bathroom, the toilet is very simple to use. You've got an electric flush on top, as you can see here. And then at the bottom, you've got your grey waste flap, which you'd need to pull across to open up the waste flap in the centre of the toilet. When you are travelling, you always make sure all of the windows, roof lights, etc. are fully closed. If you leave one open, it is likely to cause damage to the caravan. Coming next, and last of all, to the fridge on board the caravan. Very, very simple to use. At the moment, as you can see, this fridge is actually turned on to 240 volts, so the fridge is actually chilling on the 240 system at the moment. You've got off when you're at the top here. 12 volt from your car when you are towing. Now that means that you can use the fridge as a cool box as you are towing down the road, and it will just work as a cool box. And if you wish to, you can turn it on to gas supply, so that it will run on gas when you're on site or off grid. And to ignite it on gas, you press and hold the temperature dial in and hit the igniter on the side. When it ignites on gas, the little red line here will actually come round into the green, and it will stay in the green if it has ignited. If not, it will drop back down into the white. When you're on gas or electric, you can control the temperature of the fridge on the dial on the right hand side. When you are done with the caravan and you want to put it back away in storage, or you're going to store it over the winter, we do advise that you come underneath the seat in the caravan and lift up the yellow drain down valve and drain off all the water from on board the caravan. To do that, we do advise that you open up the taps in the centre of the hot and cold and leave them open slightly as you're travelling down the road. The reason for this is if the valve's open at the bottom and the taps are open, it will feed the air back through the taps and force the water back out of the water system. If you have any problems at all with this or if you need any help at all with this particular caravan, we do advise that you give us a call here at the Caravan Company, and we'll do all we can to assist you in getting the problem sorted. Thank you very much and have a good day. Bye bye.